Hi there, I'm Spoopy Bard, and oh boy, perfectionism sure is tough. Let's be honest, I've struggled with perfectionism, most artists I know have, and if you've clicked on this video, chances are so have you. I have been on a quest this year to work on my art, and part of that is working on my perfectionism. While this is all very much still a work in progress, I wanted to share some of the things I've learned. This past month was Art Fight, so I decided it would be the perfect opportunity to do a little project. So I set my goals and got to work. My goals were simple: to have fun doing a bunch of drawings for my friends, not burn out, and to kill perfectionism. Simple enough. But first, why is perfectionism even a problem? Isn't it a good thing that I'm putting time and effort into my art? Well, yes, but while effort is great, it's easy to fall into a hole of stress, obsessing over every little detail just because it's not the way you envision it in your head, and suddenly you've spent 3 hours drawing just a hand. It's not fun, and has led to so many burnouts in my case. Setting goals. I think a big problem, at least for me, is how I approach art pieces in the first place. It's hard to live up to your own expectations when everything you do has to be a masterpiece. Making goals when you're working can help manage that pressure, even if it's something small like what I did here, where it's just like, I want to have fun and doodle. There's a difference between how much effort you should be putting into big projects versus smaller ones. You shouldn't have to put the same amount of pressure on yourself that you would for a big project when it comes for drawing for yourself. Don't zoom in so much. Probably one of the biggest roadblocks for perfectionism is when you can't help but focus in on the smallest, teeniest, tiniest, just the littlest little details of a drawing. Something that can help with that is to not zoom in so much. If you're zoomed in so close that you can see the individual pixels, you're too close. Back up. Try to mostly do it on important things like the focal point. One of the best pieces of advice I've been told is to remember that if you're going to post art online, most of what you'll post is going to be only seen through a small screen. People aren't going to notice the same little things that you are. After all, you've been staring at this drawing for a while. You're going to have analyzed it so much more than the average viewer. Flip the canvas. Look at it from a few feet away, get a snack, take a walk, just help reset your eyes. Get a fresh look at it. Keep moving. Something that I was practicing a lot during this month is to keep my hand moving. If I do that, then it leaves less room to second guess decisions. I am a very indecisive person when it comes to art, and while that is something I'm definitely still working on, it has helped a lot lately. Just being able to remind myself that, if something like the anatomy or the backgrounds is giving me trouble, then I can just leave it alone and work on something else for a while. Gives me the space to maybe understand what to do better. You might see me trying to do that here. Skip steps. Lastly, one of the best things about drawing for smaller projects or drawing for fun is that you can skip the steps you don't like. If no one has told you this before, you can be messy in art. I thought for so long that everything I drew had to be clean with the most perfect lines, but as I've expanded my artistic tastes, I've seen so many great artists and different styles. I've realized that there are infinite ways that you can develop your style as an artist. It's been really inspiring. So now, while I don't hate doing line art, it takes a long time for me to do, and it's definitely something that can turn me into that perfectionist that I want to avoid. So for drawings like these illustrations, I've started using my sketch as the line art and just cleaning it up where I think necessary. I'm sure you've noticed I will also avoid doing backgrounds in these as much as I can. That's an area of art I know I need to work on, but that's for a day when we actually want to learn. Today is for fun. In the end, some of these may look more polished than others, and some that I think I could have done better, but that's good. That's all part of the process. I learned, had fun, and made art that I can be proud of, which checks off all the things I wanted to get out of this. And best of all, when I was done with each drawing, I got to excitedly throw them at my friends and mutuals. And that's really what this month is all about. So go Fly free! Make art! It can feel a bit daunting at first to try to work on something like this, but it just takes time and practice like any other skill. There were times during this month when I fell back into old habits with my perfectionism and had to remind myself of these tips. We're all working to be the best artists we can, and wherever you are in your journey, just know that you're doing great. Thank you for watching this video. If you liked my art and want to see more, you can check me out on social media. I'm Spooky Bard on most corners of the internet. I'll link that below. Make sure to check out the artists that these characters belong to. They're all awesome, and I really couldn't have made this video without them. I'll see you around.